So anyway, let's look into this. About this English voice actor who I guess was crowing about the redesign of her character and she's getting destroyed for it. So let's take a look.
On February 7th, one of the most narcissistic and egotistical English voice actors decided to go public with her demands to change Onron in Overwatch.
Hi friends, I'm Fariha and I voice Onron in Overwatch.
Before that, though, complaints were already being made by Overwatch players on Reddit saying that Onron in-game looks too cute. She's not like her appearances in other Overwatch-related media.
What's wrong with looking cute? What's wrong with looking cute in the game? In game, she does look cute. She looks adorable. And she looks great. She looks great in this game, although I am noticing that they literally designed her around this voice actor, honey, why are you wearing red? Why? Oh my God, I'm seeing so much wrong here. Nose ring, red contacts, colored hair. Oh, all shades of fucking wrong here. But notice the birthmarks. They put the voice actor's birthmarks onto the character. Oh, maybe she was dressing up like her character. I'm just realizing now the red got red eyes. Okay, maybe that was makeup. Maybe that's makeup and she was just kind of dressing up as her character. Okay, that would actually make sense then.
On in-game looks too cute. She's not like her appearances in other Overwatch-related media. In particular, they really disliked her new nose as well, saying the nose was not big enough. For example, this post on the Overwatch subreddit titled Onron Nose Change, getting over 6,400 upvotes. With the caption, Automod wants me to write a description, the nose change is bad. She looks so much better before. The VA then decided to go to Twitter and recycle those same complaints. Now, I'm not saying she genuinely doesn't agree with those complaints, but it also comes off like she's really trying to appeal to the Overwatch community by recycling the issues that they were saying. And of course, there is an update to all of this. Blizzard has actually made changes to Onron after all, but they're not the changes this VA and so many Overwatch players were demanding. And now this VA is on an immense cope fest, which is hilarious. But we'll get to that. First, a little bit more context. Here's what she was saying about the whole nose part.
I got to mourn Onron between the design I had hoped for her and the design we ended up with.
You're a voice actor. You're voice acting the character in the game. You are not a game designer. You are not a graphic designer. You are literally just there to lend your voice to the character. Yes, she is the definition of you are to be heard and not seen.
She's mad that the character didn't get her big ass nose.
Apparently, yes. Apparently so. Like, this is the fucking entitlement of these fucking retards. I'm voicing a character, therefore I should have creative control over everything that involves my character in the game when I have absolutely zero experience when it comes to graphic design or game design. But I should be able to say what the character I voiced that I got hired to voice looks like. Like, what the fucking entitlement, Batman? What is this bullshit? And take the ride. Thank you for the prime. Thank you very much.
Because I think in her comic and the cinematic Elemental Kin, there was a precedent set by it. There was a unspoken promise that said, we're going to challenge the beauty standards plaguing and ransacking media these days, right? The Ozempic chic, the contour your nose, you have no nose, the tiniest nose. And I think because...
Shut the ever-loving fuck up with the we're gonna challenge the beauty standard. Guess what? Guess what, you dumb bitch? You know what gamers, i.e. the paying customers, want to see in their video games? Cute, pretty, and sexy girls. That's what they want to see. They don't want the beauty standard challenged in their game. that they are paying for. They just want hot female babes that are kicking ass in their hot female babe ass kicking game. And that's it. Nobody wants to hear about your self-entitled bullshit because you hate yourself every time you look in the mirror. That's not our problem as the paying customer. We don't fucking care that you have some twisted up version of body dysphoria because you despise what you look like every time you see yourself in the mirror. Go talk to a fucking therapist that'll probably enable you anyway. You're a voice actor. Your entire purpose in this endeavor is to say the line. Literally, that is your job. To say the fucking line and nothing else. You get zero creative input otherwise. You don't like it? Hit the fucking road. They'll find someone else. I'm sure they can easily find some other self-entitled cunt with a voice that might match the character design. You don't have to do this job.
Because of that precedence, people feel understandably let down.
I found this to be so hilariously hypocritical because she's here talking about challenging beauty standards as she goes like above and beyond, putting on all this makeup, even putting contacts on just to record this PSA. But my main point is about the nose. She complains about, oh, the content creator nose. People want like no nose. It's so problematic. Dude, she looks like she contours her own nose. If you're not familiar with that, it is using makeup to make your nose look smaller and or thinner, shorter, thinner.
Yeah.
You put a line on each side, like a darker line, bit lighter in the middle, lighten the tip a little bit, put some darker makeup on the bottom. And that seems to be what she has done in this very clip. So I was like, lady, how are you going to complain about this standard when you yourself are partaking in the same standard in the
like any okay. Chat, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you what I think might be a little cheat code here. Any woman that bitches at you about the beauty standards, if you can tell she's wearing makeup, and typically speaking, you're gonna be able to tell if they're wearing makeup. Any woman that complains about, oh, the beauty standard is so unfair, just simply ask them, and you're wearing makeup because. If you have a problem with the beauty standard, why are you wearing makeup? Because then you're just conforming to the beauty standard that you're so pissed off about. So why are you wearing makeup? Why are you dressing nice clothes if the woman in question is wearing nice, perhaps revealing clothing or form-fitting clothing? That's all you got to do. For any woman that bitches about beauty standards, because I guarantee you, every woman that bitches about beauty standards is only doing that because guys don't think she's hot. Because she knows she's an ugly little troll. Those are the only women that bitch and moan about the beauty standards is the ugly bitches. They're the only ones. Because again, no one will dog on a woman more than another woman, especially a jealous woman. You know, one that's jealous of the other woman's beauty. She's hotter than me. I'm jealous of her, so I'm going to do everything I can to put her down. And so that's where the whole, the beauty standard's so misogynistic. And it's also where the bullshit fat phobia argument comes to play. The whole thing of fat is beautiful and you have to love me because I'm a fucking land whale. Yeah, that all comes from basically an attempted psyop to basically say, you shouldn't actually like that sexy blonde over there wearing the skin-tight bodycon dress and that has her tits spilling out that you desperately want to bend over the table and fuck for hours. You should actually want this because she's jealous of the skinny, big-titted blonde wearing the skin-tight bodycon dress that you want to bend over the table and fuck for hours. That's all it is. It's pure female jealousy because no one hates a pretty woman more than another woman that's an ugly troll. It's as simple as that.
Very same video that you're complaining about it in. So performative, so fake, so typical.
And I want you to know that I shared all of this with the dev team. Not only that, I was encouraged to be as open and honest as.
And if the dev team was based, the moment she came to them with all of their feedback, the dev team would have looked at her and go, who the fuck are you? The door's over there. The adults are working. You can see yourself out. That's what a based dev team would have done. You're a voice actor. You get in the vocal booth, you say the line, you collect your paycheck, You go home. You leave the adult work to the adults, sweetheart.
Possible to not hold anything back. And it's my hope that this isn't for naught, right? That they see it, they hear it from you all too. And while it's not my position to decide what can be done and what gets done about this, I
Correct.
will keep championing, championing.
Wait, for a voice actor, she can't fucking say words. How hard is it to say championing? I'm going to keep championing. You're a voice actor. You can't even say your own fucking lines. How are we supposed to expect you to say their lines? I know, this one I'm goofing. This one I'm goofing on her a little bit. I'm not actually giving her shit for stumbling over words. I do it all the fucking time. This is me having a little fun. That's all. I'm not dogging on her or anything. I'm just goofing.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, guys. You know what? I think maybe we were too harsh on Pokimane. Maybe we were too harsh on Valkyrie. We might have even been too harsh on Frogan. Take a look at this. Okay, obviously that's a joke, but let's take a look at the update, right? She says she hopes this was not for naught. Well, it turns out it was. And as mentioned, the cope is just reaching... the cope is... I don't even know. What word would you even describe like the most immense cope possible? It's like S-tier levels of cope. She has maxed out her cope stat. Last night, she posted, "So grateful for this update. She looks much more like the strong older sibling we knew her to be. Thank you, Team 4, and thank you, Overwatch community. Talking more in depth about this on stream tonight. See ya there." So what is this change? What is she responding to? Well, we have Overwatch official here saying,
oh, here we
in
go.
Season 2, we're introducing an updated look for Onron. She didn't fully land as the fiery and fierce sister of Wu Yang that we hoped she would. With this update, our team focused on strengthening her overall presence. This evolution reflects both our creative intent and the care we've taken in shaping the hero. See her rise.
So side scrollers made this point because I saw them look at still shots of this. So I'm going to make a point that Blatz made on side scrollers, which makes an excellent point. Who the fuck cares? Number one, Overwatch is a first-person arena shooter. Number one, you're not seeing your own character at all when you're playing. The other players are not seeing your character for more than a split second while everybody is running around like crazy trying to shoot everyone. You are literally seeing blurs that are vaguely shaped like one of the characters. You're not going to be seeing the fine detail and minutia of a character's facial details. You're going to see a vaguely shaped blur that you can barely identify as Enran right before you get blasted in the face by her. Nobody fucking cares. This is all for the SJRs reeing and whining and crying. But diversity. They did make her look fierce enough. She needs to be a fierce queen, even though we never actually see her outside of maybe like a character portrait in the menu screen. This is so fucking pathetic.
From the ashes when Season 2 starts on April 14th.
I wanted to take a moment to share the updated version of Onron's in-game look. We want our heroes to feel unique, but we also want their visuals to match their personality. And we feel like we didn't quite land.
Okay, here we go. We have an old versus new. Okay, so they changed her eyebrow shape. Her eyebrows are thinner and less arched. It's hard to tell, like I like when I was watching the side by side on side scores, they were saying like they changed her jawline, but I don't think that they changed. Well, actually, no, they did. I think they made her jaw. Yeah, they did change her jawline. They made her jawline slightly more pointed. So you can see her jawline is more pointed, like narrower and more pointed. And I don't even think they changed the nose. It's hard to tell from this angle. I legit don't even think they changed her nose. the nose kind of looks the same. So they changed her eyebrows, her jawline, and they made her lips like they lengthened her lips a little bit. They like lengthened the corners of her mouth out a little bit, and her lips are not like maybe not as full. They removed some of the cute puffiness in her cheeks, and it looks like they made her lips less full, and they thinned out and straightened the eyebrows. This is the giant lauded change that they're touting for season 2 for Overwatch for this character. They made tiny little corrections. Well, the dots under the eyes could be from the angle, the lighting and the angle of head, because you notice the head angle is different, as is the lighting is different. So I don't know if they actually darkened the birthmarks under her eyes or not, or if it's just a lighting issue. Pretty sure oh fuck, I think you're right. I think they did reduce her booba size. Hang on, let me see if I can get this text out of the way.
Meanwhile, Marvel is making their next bikini skins.
No kidding. Hang on.
Land that when Onron
Fuck it. You're right. I think they did reduce her cup size. She was probably like what, a C cup here, and I think they've reduced her to a B cup. Going back to C cup. You have a beautiful woman, and you're going to take away her booba? Save the booba for the love of fuck! What the hell?
first released. We think she could come across older and that her original version was too innocent and playful. Onron is confident, determined, fierce, and a natural-born leader, and we want her visuals in-game to convey that personality.
No one's going to see that. Absolutely no one is going to see that in the game. No one. When you run up on this character, you're going to be trying to basically be putting rounds into her face. You're not going to care about the fact that her eyebrows are a millimeter straighter, that her jawline is a millimeter more straight, and that maybe you did something to the lips. Nobody's gonna notice. Nobody's gonna give a fuck. This is literally wasting developer time to please a bunch of dumb fucking reading SJRs. This is literally a waste of time and money for nothing. And this is why game devs are losing fucking money hand over fist. They're caving to these screeching retards and and you have studios forcing devs to burn time and money to make dumb fucking changes that no one's gonna care. Because guess what? What do you want to bet? All of the people screaming and crying that she doesn't look fierce enough? How much you want to bet none of them even played a fucking game? What do you want to bet that none of these people screaming about these character changes even play the fucking game? Because they never do. All of the people that are screeching about diversity online and saying that, you know, that you need to change this character because of diversity don't even play the fucking game. They're not even paying customers. Guaranteed. Once again, seeing a weak studio caving to pressure from people that are not even going to give them money. Instead of catering to the people that will actually give them fucking money, they're like, oh, we'll just give up and bow to the hive mind and bow to the masses because because the masses know that they will. They know that the woke hive mind has them over a barrel and they can do anything they want to them. That's what happens when you cave to them. You become their bitch forever.
So we made some adjustments to her face. We focused on her.
Okay. So now we've got, okay, let's see if I can jump back and forth. Okay, so yeah, They made the eyebrows thinner. They thinned out the eyebrows and straightened them. There's less of an arch. They made the chin smaller. They reduced the size of the chin. And they lengthened the mouth. I think the nose may actually be they did extend the nose. They did make the nose longer. So thin and straightened eyebrows, extended the corners of the mouth by 1 millimeter, and they extended the nose slightly. This is what they're lauding. Is the eyeliner thinner? Let's see. Yeah, you're right. The eyeliner does look thinner on the top lid. Yeah, they thinned out her eyeliner on the top and bottom lid, both. Yeah, they thinned out the eyeliner too. This is what they're championing. It's, oh, we made such a big change that we have to make an announcement about it. This is how pathetic this is. They are so desperate to please their SJR overlords that they have to make a full-on announcement with visuals going, look, we did good. We made the changes that you wanted to change. Are you gonna buy our game now? Are you gonna give us money? You know what the answer is gonna be? No. No, they're not gonna give you money. They're just gonna say, we win, and they're gonna move on to the next thing that we care about in the moment.
Focused on her eyes, eyebrows, and mouth, and we moved away from that baby face look and expression to something more sincere and more mature. And even something like a simple posture change can help on...
Wait. Hold up. Okay, we got a better angle now here. Let's see. Do we have a reduction of the booba? They may be the same. It's just posture. The posture change maybe. I think it's the posture change. I think the booba is the same, but the posture change makes it look smaller because here she's leaning. Because in this posture she's leaning backwards and presenting them, and then in this one she's not. It's more of a straight, a straightened posture, and she's not basically presenting her tits to the camera. So that's all it is. So I think the booba is safe. I do think the booba is safe.
Posture change can help Onrun feel, well, more like Onrun.
I think they did a good job with the change. Overwatch and Blizzard in general has been criticized a lot lately over the...
Yeah, the change is fine. Like, I don't have a problem. Like, I don't have a criticism of the changes. The changes look fine. The character still looks beautiful. The problem I have is that they're making such a huge fucking deal about it and proving that they will not only happily cave to the reeing masses, but they cave so hard they have to make a full fucking video about it to basically tell the reeing SJRs, look, we did exactly what you asked. Don't cancel us now. That's the problem that I've got. Along with the voice actress thinking that she is so much more important than she actually is. That is the problem. If Overwatch just said, you know what? If Overwatch read the commentary and said, you know what, we'll make this change. Well, you know what? We agree. We think that she could do with a change, and we'll make a little bit of a change. It's no big deal. But for season 2, we'll just do a couple. We'll do a couple of minor tweaks to do maybe like quality of life improvement. If they did, that's kind of what this all boils down to, is the way they're presenting it, the way the voice actress is presenting it, is they are presenting it as the reeing SJRs didn't like it and were basically claiming diversity. We need to change the beauty standards. And so it's basically being done for all the wrong reasons. That's the problem that I've got. If the devs had basically had a meeting and they came together and said, you know what, we probably need to let's make a little bit of a change to this. We need to tweak the character a little bit. with the story, with the characterization that we've had for her, this doesn't seem to really quite fit. So let's make a change. But that's not what they did. They caved so hard they actually had to make a video to all of these people to go, look, we did it. Please don't cancel us now. All right, will you give us your money now? And they're still not going to give them their money.
Disneyfication, right? And the old design, as you can see here, definitely fit that Disneyfication stereotype plenty. The new design still has the Overwatch art style, of course, but I think it is a better look. It's a little bit less Disney-fied, nice. And I think that's a good move. Let's also be clear, though, this is not what Farina, or whatever her name is, the Enron VA, and the vocally upset part of the Overwatch community wanted. They wanted something more akin to this once again. They wanted
I was going to say, don't forget that the nose is still very different. Here's the nose, and here's the nose. They still didn't change up the nose. Because, I'm sorry, this visualization, the nose looks terrible. This nose looks ugly on this characterization. It looks terrible. Like, they changed the nose a little bit, but the nose is still cute in their change. This looks ugly. This is a fucking hulker of a nose, and I don't like it.
Nose to be bigger. They wanted all this other stuff. That's not what they got. And now, as mentioned, the cope is immense, which we can see on her recent Twitch stream where she talks about these changes.
Oh, here we go. Is it not going to be enough?
Go ahead and take a look at this.
Is it not going to be enough?
We got some exciting news. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, in this side-by-side, it doesn't look so extreme, right? But I need to pull this into something because holy. Okay, can I do Clip Studio Paint? Let's overlay these two together and you'll see how drastic the change is because holy butts.
This is desperation right now.
Yet. All right. Give me opacity lowered? Sure. Okay. All right.
Okay.
See the difference between the two?
No, because you turned off.
Oh my god, Clip Studio. You're so rough. Okay. That's such a huge change.
No,
right?
It's not.
No, it isn't. It is a tiny little tweak.
It is a tiny little tweak. That's it. Yeah, the copium is so fucking strong with this one. So fucking
not
strong.
Right. What do you mean? It's a subtle change. I like the change, but acting like it's a huge change. Oh my gosh, guys. Like, dude, I'm going to sound like a broken record now for saying again, this cope is tremendous, but like it is. I don't know what else to say. This is just sad at this point. I mean, not literally sad. It's hilarious, but figure of speech.
There's also a slight like posture change, so it can't be like a direct overlay, but let's bring in a Juno screenshot. Yeah? Okay.
And then, yeah, you can see she pulls up this other character, Juno. In other words, her evidence was working so much against her point, and she realized that within mere seconds, she took off the Onrin comparisons and decides to pull up a completely separate character now, once again, that being Juno, which is now a completely separate point of contention than what she's been arguing this whole time. It's a complete pivot.
Are you fucking serious
to get
right
here,
now?
This is all like cheating the light to make it fall a little differently. It's painting features in different spots and just tweaking the slightest proportions on.
You're a voice actress. You're not a graphic designer. You're not a developer. What the fuck are you talking about right now? She is literally pulling anything possible out of her ass to make it seem like this is a monumental fucking win. Shut the fuck up and say the line and get the fuck out.
Things, but it's so very subtle, but it does so much. So let's go through the things that I notice on first glance, right?
And now to top it off, she completely contradicts her prior claims.
God.
Like a minute ago, 2 minutes ago maybe, she was saying, "It's such an extreme change, guys," right? To which I responded saying, "No, it's not. It's subtle." And now, a minute or two later, and she's the one saying it's subtle. She's completely contradicting her point that happened an extremely short time ago.
She might be
but
on
how's
the
the
AO.
Overwatch community
She
on
might.
Twitter doing? Let's take a look. Well, some of them are not happy at all with this change. For example, this tweet that got 4,800 likes that responds to the news post.
Yeah, like, there's a noticeable difference. Her mouth is a lot bigger. Her nose is a lot bigger. I'm sorry, between the two of them, this looks 100 times better than this. 100 times better. If I have to look at either of the two, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Ooh, note to self: don't swallow while breathing. I would look at this over this every day of the week. Every day of the week. This looks so much better than this.
The new Onrin compared to what they wanted her to be, going on to say, yeah, I'm not going to speak. Whatever. Other users having a bit of duality, responding to the official news, for example, the one in the middle saying she looks fire, thank you for listening, but others saying that they wish that Blizzard did a bit more with her nose, though, and she does look better, but I feel like they forgot about her nose. It's the final thing that would tie this together. Over on Reddit, we can see this user got -7 downvotes for saying her nose should be hookier. But then this person gets 7 upvotes agreeing with that person, saying, yeah, like in the anime, it makes her look more regal. I liked it. Another comment saying, does she have her sharper nose back? I can't tell from the picture. Response saying, unfortunately not. Seems like they've mainly focused on her eyes, eyebrow expression, and posture, but I can live with this new version of her. So that's a little bit of public reception and the VA stuff all covered. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I'll see you in the next one.
For the love of God, what is wrong with just having a pretty girl? Her nose should be hook nose. Do these people not realize that a hooked nose is not pretty, is not attractive? Oh, wait, I forgot. These are the people like, we have to change their beauty standards. The new design looks fine. She looks pretty. She does. She looks pretty. It's just the route that they went to take it there and the screeching that they did to get there. That's the problem. Because you know, the fact that they had to make this entire presentation video talking about this literally nothing change is only basically broadcasting them. We are afraid of the SJRs who are not our paying customers. We're afraid of you, and we're going to do whatever it takes to please you because we're scared of being canceled. And I'm sorry, that's a loss. Every time.